I am so happy right now, I may actually cry. Bob Chapek has been fired by Disney. He's out. Bob Iger, Big Papa Iger, is back.
As I mark my last day as CEO of our wonderful company, I will be cheering on Josh, Dana, and all of you as I sail off into the sunset a second time.
Dirterotic.com.
Bob Iger has left again, guys. Bob Iger has left Disney again officially Wednesday. You would think this would make bigger news, but it was just kind of I think it was a collective. Yeah.
Finally, get the hell out of here. We don't care.
News because it got announced about a month and a half ago, right? When Josh D'Amaro was named the new CEO, it was also said he was going to be taking over on this day and Bob Iger was going to be stepping out on this day. That came out beginning of February. So it's not like 2 days ago, March 18th, was breaking news that Bob Iger is stepping down. Like we knew that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think we're just surprised he actually left. And the question is, did he give up his office, Jeremy? Did he give up the shower that he takes a shower twice a day? And why does he need to take 2 showers a day?
This feels like this is the end for Bob Iger. This doesn't feel like the last time where he basically needed a fall guy.
You don't regret having left when you did and stepped down as CEO when you did?
No, I think that, look, no one knew that the pandemic was going to explode the way it did.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I think the timing was unfortunate. But throwing a new CEO into, that circumstance was difficult. But no, I have no regrets about having made that decision.
What the fuck?
This feels like the real deal. This feels like he's done.
So today's, which was Wednesday, right? Today's Bob Iger's last day leading Disney. Here's what comes next at the company worth $176 billion. I love the fact that even normie publications were pointing out that, well, he was a really good portfolio manager, not really good on the creative side, which is obvious. Let's see, is Pixar better off today than it was 10 years ago?
Listen, Bob Iger is a fucking disaster. Okay, when Michael Eisner was the Disney CEO, you look at what Michael Eisner did, go back to the Disney decade, like they were in bad shape at one point in time. And then Michael Eisner created the Disney decade. I think they were in danger of getting bought out, all of that. And then they opened up 2 new theme parks. They, created all of these animated classics and kind of rebuilt the company from a creative standpoint. Bob Iger did nothing but use the success that Eisner created off the legacy of Walt Disney, and he bought up shit that other people created. And then that gave them a huge bump initially when they got it. And then, of course, to be fair, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was successful, but they didn't create that. They bought that. If you look at the things that they purchased, name one thing that Disney has acquired that is better than it was when they purchased it.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. Pixar is not better off than it was 10 years ago. Star Wars, if they hadn't made any, it would be in better shape.
100%. 100% it would be.
And Marvel, they took something that was working, kept it working for 4.5 years, and then absolutely undid any goodwill they had within the following it's half a decade. Like even the successes of the MCU, No Way Home, it's a gimmick. I liked it, but it's got its problems. Deadpool, Wolverine, 2 main actors carried that movie. It's got its problems. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I liked it. 3rd best Guardians of the Galaxy film. And that's it. And I lost count now. How many Disney Plus TV shows they put out? It was over 11, we'll say. And how many movies they put out in phase 4 and 5? And you have 3 successes? 3?
That is one big pile of shit.
Long story short, meet the new Disney, same as the old Disney. Nothing's going to change. Dana Walden is the fucking worst. She's probably worse than Bob Iger.
What I always noticed is how few women were in the room. And I also noticed that the women who were in the room took on a lot of the personalities or the mannerisms or the affects of the men in the room. It's kind of what you had to do to fit in. There just wasn't an opportunity to be your authentic self in those rooms because you were the only one, so you were just trying to assimilate.
The what? They're fucked.
I kind of wonder if the plan is to get her as CEO. Like, I kind of wonder if the plan is to eventually move her into that role.
It felt
Possibly.
like that's what they originally wanted to do, and I don't know why they didn't do it.
There was too much pushback against it. Her ties to the Democratic Party, especially things like that. I think they just felt like there was going to be way too much resistance to it. So instead, she's just in charge of like all creative output from the fucking company. Whereas Josh D'Amaro is the CEO. And I think they like the idea of having somebody who is a theme park guy. It didn't work very well for Bob Chapek, but he was never really viewed as a theme park guy anyway, whereas Josh D'Amaro truly has been. Whether that's been good or not is certainly up for debate. The big reveal 2 years ago when he talked about all the changes they're making to the parks, he got booed off the fucking stage.
It's certainly not good. It is objectively not good. The theme parks have taken such a massive step back in the last decade that it's hard to comprehend.
From a reputational point of view, that is true. However, when
business point of view,
that they're making between the cruise line, between everything else, like most people are going to be totally on board with having the guy who's bringing in all the money for this company. Basically, you're taking that next step up.
Walt Disney World is like nothing you've ever seen in terms of the sheer impact it has on the economy, the amount of international visitors, the amount of domestic visitors. It's fucking crazy how much business comes into this area for that. But Epic Universe has hurt it a little bit, and their own mistakes have hurt them. Things like changing Splash Mountain because of racism, which is stupid. And it's just so dumb, man.
How is that racist?
Because of the
Song of the South.
Song of the South.
Zippity day.
Yeah, so having a black person in a movie back in the day apparently meant it was racist.
I think because black people don't like to be splashed, like don't like to get wet, can't swim.
Wow.
So like Splash Mountain was kind of considered the definitive Disney attraction for 15 or 20 years. And then suddenly when the Summer of Love happened, it became racist overnight. It's like, you've defined your entire fucking brand off of this fucking attraction for 20 years, and now it's racist? The hell are we doing here? So again, I have no faith that this is going to be any significant change for Disney. In fact, it probably is just going to be a move to make things worse. They're just going to continue to go in the direction they're going. It's very parallel to the Lucasfilm move.
Correct. It's not a shakeup. It's not. It is completely status
More of the
quo.
same.
Like the person who's aged out of the position basically is ready to step down, and the two people who are directly under them move up a rung on the ladder, and everything stays exactly the fucking same.
And Kamala Harris's best friend backing him up. So Disney is not in good shape. So
No, even if the rest of Hollywood did change, which they won't, Disney would never, ever be the one to change. Their culture, it's too poisoned. They would need a bigger change than Twitter.
Yeah,
and that'll just never, ever happen. They're almost like captured by their staff. But yeah, Disney's just going to remake more shit. That's all they're going to do. They're going to remake more shit, and they're going to remake Star Wars. That's 100% going to happen because that's the only option they have. Marvel is, God, I can't say anything. They're just doing what they're going to do after Doomsday is nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
You know what they're going to do?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
I do.
Nuts as in good or nuts as in awful?
It's really a bad idea. Yeah, I've told you guys what it is, and I don't think any of you think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think you do.
It's not a good idea. Just, you know what? Keep an eye on the X-Men casting. Keep a close eye on the X-Men casting.
Well, I think that when the next Professor X and Magneto are revealed, if they make them black, and I think there's a decent chance they will, and they try to fast forward it to like civil rights era stuff, that's going to be all you need to know if that is the casting. You know what I mean?
Yep. Pedro Pascal will continue as Reed Richards. That's all you really need to know. I don't know that.
We've seen those pictures. Clearly, he does have an elastic asshole based on the dude he's walking around with.
Yeah. And I guess he's in a little trouble because his boyfriend's Jewish.
Or his boyfriend's like pro-Jewish, and him and his transgender sister, who's actually his brother, ate at like a restaurant that one time tweeted a pro-Zionist message.
Oh my God.
Like when you live by the woke sword, you die by the woke sword.
Yep.
That's a deep cut right there.
If Hollywood needed more problems, ticket sales are down 30 to 40%. Production is down 30 to 40%. The unions are unhappy. They're maybe going to go on strike again. Their last strike completely fucked the entire industry. AI is coming in. It's already costing thousands of jobs. Now they need a big internal fight over the battle across the pond. It's fucking hilarious. I just think it's hilarious.
nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.